Okay, so you are on the TinkerCad homepage. Probably auto-signed you in, but if it didn't, remember you push sign in up here in the corner. So go ahead and push it if you need to. Then remember it's sign in using social providers under here. And it's Google. Takes you to kind of your landing page where all of your projects are. And we are going to create a new design. So right here, click Create New Design, please. Okay, so you should have a blank TinkerCad work plane. Today we are going to make a little Mickey Mouse face just to help us remember what we learned last year, hopefully. First, let's rename it. Go ahead and click on the name up here, and you'll just name it Mickey Mouse. If you don't know how to spell it, you can look up here. Then you push Enter to get out of that field. So to start our Mickey Mouse, we're going to go ahead and click on a cylinder. So right over here, click down on your cylinder and drag it onto your work plane. And you've got a start. We're going to resize it so these little boxes come up. If I click on my cylinder, they will turn red, and that tells me when I'm on top of them. And it tells me the size. Right now it's 20 millimeters by 20 millimeters. So I'm going to click on one of the corner boxes here and stay clicked and drag until it gets a bit bigger. Probably make it about like that. And remember to rotate around, you can just right click on your mouse and you can rotate around. We're going to add some ears to our Mickey Mouse, so grab another cylinder and drag it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to grab a corner box again and drag it a smidge bigger to where I want my ear. Say that looks good. And so that I can be sure my ears are the same size, instead of doing that twice, I'm just going to duplicate it. So I click on this shape. I go up into my toolbar in the upper left corner, and I'm going to push on Duplicate. And it puts the exact same thing in the exact same spot. So I need to drag that shape, and now I'll see that there are two of them. And now I've kind of got a start to my Mickey Mouse. So let's group our Mickey Mouse together, if you remember how to do that. Because right now if I try to move him, it doesn't move. It just moves the one piece. So I want to undo that. And I'm going to group it. So to group, I just click down up here. So I'm not on my shapes, I'm off. And remember when you click down, it starts to make a box. I want to make that box go around my shapes. So all I did was click down and drag over my shapes. And then I go up here and push group. So now it's all one shape. If I move it, it moves together. I'm going to make him a different color. So let's go up here. Right now it's set to orange under solid. And you can choose whatever color you'd like for your Mickey Mouse. I'm going to go with the more traditional style and do black. But you're welcome to choose whatever color you would like. Alrighty, so we are going to add a mouth to our Mickey Mouse. So go ahead and grab the rounded roof, because that works well for a mouth. We're first just going to practice rotating. So if you remember how to rotate the shape, there's these 3 sets of arrows. And you can just click on those and start to kind of drag and see what they do. Just play with each set of arrows and see how it rotates, because there are 3 different ways to rotate your shape. You can also, instead of dragging, you can enter. So right here I can type in a number and it will rotate that way as well. So just play with that for a second and see what you can make happen. Alright, so hopefully you rotated around with those 3 sets of arrows, and yours is probably looking kind of not great like mine. So I'm just going to click it and get rid of it. That was just my practice. And I'm going to grab a new roof and rotate it how I want. So right now I can see all 3 sets of my arrows. So that's what you need to do. If you can't see all 3 sets, go ahead and rotate a little bit until you can. Have yours in a similar view to mine. And I'm going to grab this arrow right here, the side one that's kind of going from the back of my work plane to the front. So I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to go up here into the number. I'm going to click, and I'm going to put in 90, 90, and then do enter. And it rotates my mouth. So now it looks, if I go to the top view, more like a mouth. I'm going to make mine taller, because right now if I put it in my shape, it's shorter. So I want it to be a little bit taller so I can see it. And remember, to make something taller, you just click on this top white box and you drag up to get it taller. Then we can go ahead and position it on our Mickey. If you want your mouth to be a little bit bigger, just grab, remember those white boxes are how you stretch stuff out. So I think I like that. And as always, I'm rotating around to make sure everything looks good. Well, right now mine's going through my work plane. I'll fix that here in a sec. But as far as my positioning, I like it. We are going to cut the mouth out as a whole. So, before we do that step, we're going to lift it up a bit. So click on yours, and then remember it's this black teardrop. It can be hard to see if you put it, if you chose black for your Mickey, but it is there. So look closely, and we're going to drag it until it's about at 10. So you'll see the numbers show up onto the, and I'm looking at these bottom numbers here. I want it to say about 10 right here. So I say, all right, mine's at about 10. I'm going to click on that shape, and I'm going to click on whole. So again, click on your mouth and click on whole up here next to the color. And now we're going to group it again so that the mouth cuts out. So remember, all you do is click off your shapes over here, click down and drag, let go, and then you can do the group, which is up in this toolbar. You can't see the name of it until you hover over it, but then group should pop up. And we've got our mouth cut out, which looks great. We're going to add just some simple eyes here. What often works best for eyes is the cylinder. So let's go ahead and grab that. There's my cylinder. Right now what I want to do is I'm going to make it just a tiny bit taller, because right now it's the exact same size and height. I can tell because if I click here it says it's 20. If I click here, this is 20. So I want to make it just a little bit taller. So right now it's 20, maybe drag it to 22, 23, somewhere around there. And I also, when I position that, I think, ooh, that's too big for my eye. So I'm also going to grab a corner box and drag it in, just making it a little bit smaller. Instead of doing all of that twice, because I need two eyes, all I'm going to do is click on it and go up and push duplicate. So again, I clicked on it, went into this toolbar, and pushed duplicate. And now I'm going to position my eyes how I want them. And I'm going to change mine, I think, to white maybe? Yeah. So you can change your eye color to whatever you'd like. If you want to add some pupils with some extra time or something, you're welcome to. I'm going to group mine together so that it works as one shape. So remember, to group together, I click down and drag over top, and then I push the group button. You'll see my eyes change color, but you'll also notice it all moves as one piece now, which is what I would like. But I want my eye color to stay white. So what I do is I go back to the colors up here, I click on it, and go down to multicolor. And now I have my Mickey. My eyes are slightly above, my mouth is cut out. It looks pretty good for just a few minutes spent on it. So take another couple minutes and work on yours, and then I will be around to see how it went.